Hello everyone. In the previous video I have talked about some basic command of gnuplot. So in this video I am going to talk about some more features of gnuplot like error bar, histogram and some advanced command. Okay, so first we have to write gnuplot. So here we are in gnuplot. So I am going to show you some data, some some simulation data and some literature data and some error data. So here simulation dltemp.dat, this is a simulation data, and temperature.dat file, this is an literature data, and we have another file, error file. So in the first column, these are x coordinate data and y coordinate data, and in the third column errors are present. So error may be different, 5.2, 5.5, 2.5, but we are going to take here only 5 for all the points. Okay, so we are going to start plotting. Okay, so first we have to write plot simu dl. This is an data file. Okay, and title. Let's take there is no title, so start with quotation mark and end with quotation mark. Okay, with lines, let's take line width 4, line color 10 and comma, and we are going to plot another data. Let's take data errors.dat. Okay, and title, let's check there is no title, and line width 2.5, line color 17, and points type, let's check 6, and point size set 1.5. okay, and enter. So we can see here there is plot, xy data plot. First so solid line represents first data plot, and symbols are represent second data plot. So I am going to plot error bars. Okay, or we can say we are going to show error bars. Okay, so we have to write in the last with error bars. And after the data file we have to write using 1:2:3. So it's like 1 represents x coordinate, 2 represents y coordinate, and 3 represents error. Okay, and enter. You can see here error bars are really large. So in the data maybe x coordinate or y coordinate in meters, and the errors are mm. Okay, but so you can convert the errors in mm. Okay, so you can use the command in the terminal for decrease the length of error bars. So yeah, using 1:2:3 in the bracket, write $sign and 3 divided by, let's take 10. Okay, and enter. You can see here error bar are less in length, so I think it looks like nice. So this is all about error bar, and you can also use previous commands like x label command, y label command, font command to make the plot perfect, but this is all about error bars. Okay, so I am further going to tell about some commands for the plotting of histogram. Okay, so this is all about error bars. So I am going to talk about some command for the plotting of an histogram. So first we have to write gnuplot. Okay, so first I am going to show you some histogram data. So this is data about data file india.dat. So this is the T20 cricket match data. You can see here in the first column or x coordinate column overs are present, and in the second columns run in the corresponding over has been presented here. So these data can be shown by a histogram. So for the plotting of a histogram, okay, so first we have to write set style data histogram. Okay, and enter. Okay, and for example we have to write plot for in bracket we have to write column. Let's take column. We have to present column number 2 only. So you have to write 2 ratio 2, bracket close, and in the quotation mark you have to write the file name. So file name india.dat, close with quotation mark, and you have to write using column in capital x tick in round bracket 1, or you can say column 1, and let's take title in quotation mark, say India. And enter. So you can see here the histogram plot for per over data of runs for Indian batting. Okay, so you can see here all the runs per over has been plotted. Okay, so in the 9th over there is no data or in the data file. In the 9th over 4 runs has been formed, but you can see here the least value in the y coordinate is 4. Okay, so you can change by using command. Let us say set y range from 0 to 25. Okay, enter, and write replot. So you can see here plot is modified. Okay, so plot has been modified here, and you can use another command for filling the color. So for filling the color you have to write set style fill solid. Okay, and enter, and write replot, enter. So you can see here the histogram plot with filled colors. for the per over data of runs for the Team India in a T20 cricket match. Okay, so we have to show another histogram plot where there one or more data has been plotted. So for the another histogram plot, so for the another histogram plot we have another data for India and West Indies T20 cricket match. So in the first column over number has been presented here, and in the second column runs for the Indian cricket team has been presented, and in the third column runs for the West Indies cricket team has been presented here for a T20 cricket match. Okay, so these data can be represented by a histogram. So I am going to plot a histogram for these data. Okay, so first we have to open a terminal and write gnuplot. So here we are in gnuplot and we have to plot a histogram. So first we have to write set style data histogram, okay, and enter. And further we have to plot the histogram, so we have to write plot for in bracket column is equal to 2:3. 2 represents for second column and 3 represents for third column. Okay, and bracket close, and in quotation mark we have to write the data file India versus India versus West Indies dot add. Okay, whatever the name is presented here, quotation mark close, and write using column x take in round bracket 1. Okay, it sticks with round bracket 1 and title state India versus West Indies and quotation mark close and enter. So you can see here histogram data for both the teams India and West Indies for per over runs. Okay, so but you cannot clearly seen for the data which one is for India and which one is for West Indies. So you have to change the command in the terminal. So you have to write plot for in the column column equal to 2:2 and bracket close, and write the data file. Okay, and close using column x take in bracket 1 and write title India D and quotation mark close. Okay, and write comma write for column in bracket column 3:3, and in the quotation mark write the name of data file, and for the write using column x text and write in bracket 1 and title West Indies. Okay, and enter. So you can see here green you can see here green vertical line represents for the runs per over for West Indies, and violet lines for India. Okay, so you can fill also the histogram by color. So you have to write set style fill solid. Okay, and enter, and you have to write gnuplot, so you can see the plot. Okay, you can also change the color by using command line color and fill the number of color as we have shown in the previous video. Okay, so further in the X level, or what we can say in the X line scale, we cannot clearly see the name of number of overs, first, second, third, fourth. So we can also rotate these numbers by using command. Okay, so we have to write set x text rotate out and enter, and you have to write gnuplot. So you can see clearly in the horizontal line the number of over, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth to 20 per over. The runs has been plotted in the form of histogram for both the teams. Okay, and you can also change the Y scale or value of Y range by using command set Y range from, let's take 0 to 25. Okay, enter and replot. Okay, so you can see more clearly in this plot or in this figure for both the teams per overs number of runs has been formed in the form of a histogram. So this is all about histogram, and you can also make this plot more beautiful by using previous command as we have discussed in the previous video, just like X label, Y label, and X label font, Y label font, and another things. Okay, so this is all about histogram. Further, I am going to tell about some more commands in gnuplot, such that how can I fill a color in a particular region in the plot, different types of color, how can write something in the within the plot. So these are all about that. So we have some data files, XY data files, just like this one is Newtonian data file, and some Nusselt tablet Newtonian dot data files. These are all about XY data files. Okay, so here these are some data files, just like for the this is another data file for XY data. These are all about XY data. In the first column coordinate are present, and in the second column y coordinates are present. Okay, so we have to plot an advanced plot where there are different type of color regions. So first we have to write we have to open the terminal. So we have to open the terminal and write gnuplot, and here we are on gnuplot. So for the filling a particular region with colors, so we have to write some commands for region or some equation, or we have to define some particular region. Okay, so let's take for example, we have to define a function. Let's say px, okay, is equal to x x less than or equal to, let's take 4.575. it's an example, okay, and question mark, and you have to mention y region, the value of y or the range of y. Let's take from 80, from 0 to 80. You can write first upper limit and then lower limit. Okay, enter, and we have to define another function just like qx. Okay, qx is equal to x which is greater than 4 point, sorry, so here qx is equal to x greater than 4.575 question mark, and you have to mention the range of y. Okay, and enter, and you have to plot. Okay, so you have to write plot px with as we can see here by w with filled curve below x1, line color RGB, and in the quotation mark you have to mention the name of color, for example sea green. Okay, and title, let's take we are going to mention no title, so in the title you have to mention quotation mark and comma. You have to define for the region for qx also, so write qx, okay, with filled curve below x1, line color RGB. In the quotation mark you have to mention the name of color, dark green, or let's take dark green or dark cyan. Okay, and title, let's say there is no title here. Okay, and comma. So you have to mention the name of the plot. For example, we have shown the data file earlier. Okay, so we have to mention the name of data file. So So and write title. Let's take title Oldroid B. Okay, and bracket close, and we have to mention line width. Let's say 3, line color according to your choice, just 7, point step 6, and let's say point size 3. Okay, and you have to mention another plot name. Say quotation mark closed, and we have to mention title. If you want to not mention any title, so you have to start with quotation mark and close with quotation mark. Okay, with lines. Line width 5, and line color, let's take 8. And if you want to plot it a dotted line, you have to write here dt dash type 1 2 3 4 according to your choice. So let's take dash type 3. Okay, and if you want to plot another data, you have to start with the quotation mark and write the name of data file. Okay, and write line width, let's say 3, line color. Let's say if you choose a line color, there are a number of colors in gnuplot. So for the and you can also Google it, these colors number. And so let's say, yeah, you can Google it. So for the color, there are number has been shown in gnuplot. So yeah, you can see here for different color there are a specific number. Okay, so if you draw a particular number, you can choose from here, and just you have to mention the number of color in gnuplot or in the terminal. Okay, so for the filling of a particular color, you can choose the number of a particular color and write the number in the terminal. Okay, so let's take line color. So yeah, I'm going to take a number. Let's see, hash. Yeah, and zeros C 0 887. Okay, and inverted comma close, and write points type, let's 6, and size 3. I have told about you about point size and points type in the previous video. So and enter. So you can see here the plot. Okay, there is some problem, I think. I have, yeah, spelling of title is not correct in the previous command. Okay, so we have to change the spelling of title. Yeah, okay, so you have to write this command and enter. So you can see here the plot and filled regions for sea green color and dark cyan color, and symbols are in the color red and blue, as we have mentioned in the terminal. Okay, and there are some void regions or some unfilled regions here. So we can also remove these regions by changing the X range and Y range. Okay, so like we have to write set, for example, just like set Y range from, let's say, 0 to 80, and set X range, let's take 0.0875 to, let's say, 112.5, for example. Yeah, and enter and write replot. Okay, so we can clearly see here, but there are some void region or some unfilled regions here, you can see. So for the adjustment of this unfilled color region, we have to use a command just like set sample. For example, choose a number and higher number for the adjustment of these colors. Set sample, let's say 3000. Okay, and replot. Okay, I think this looks very nice. Okay, you can also adjust these plots by using log scale or by using format of X coordinate and Y coordinate. Okay, by changing font and all those commands I have told about you earlier in the previous video. So you can also use those type of command. Okay, and further I am going to tell you a shortcut of plotting this type of graph by using a single command, load command, but you have to okay, so I am going to tell you a command about load command, but you have to prepare a script for a particular plot. Okay, so I am going to show you. Okay, go to the terminal. For example, there are some data files. Okay, just like Nusselt finitude.p.dat, Nusselt average Newtonian.dat, Nusselt average Weisenberg number.dat. Okay, these are all data files. Okay, so you have to prepare an script. These are all XY data files. Okay, all in all these files there are only XY data. Okay, so you have to plot these files simultaneously. Okay, so and for the using of load command, you have to prepare an script. Okay, so all these commands you have to write in a text editor file. Okay, for example, this is a simple text editor file, so you have to mention all these information or all these command in text editor file, just like you can see here: set log scale x, set the value of x range, set the value of y range, set the format of x coordinate. You can see here it is a power format. Set x level, set y level, set the information about your border line width. You can see here the border line width 3.5. Or you have to also write the key font information in this script: x level font information, y level font information, x6 font and font size information. You have to also mention the value of y level offset according to your choice, according to the requirement of your graph. You have to mention all these information here, just like tick scales, margins and b margin, or you can say x level margin, or x scale margin or y scale margin. And you have to write whatever you want to write within the plot in a particular region or a particular point. You have to mention all these information here. And in the last, you have to write the plotting information, just like plot px. All these information all these information you previously write in the terminal, you have to mention in a text editor file. Okay, and you have to save this file as .p file. Okay, so this is all about text editor file, and you have to save this file in the form of .p file. Okay, and yeah, so this is a here it is the figure.p file. You can see okay, so this is a figure.p file. So simply you have to open the terminal. Okay, open and write gnuplot, enter, and just you have to simply write load figure.p close with quotation mark and enter. So you can see here a proper plot. Okay, so this is all about a shortcut method, or you can see this is not a shortcut, this is a proper way after you have learned more about gnuplot. So you can also plot in this way. So further I am going to talk about how to download this type of plot, how to save this plot in your system. Okay, so this is not a very tough task. This is very easy, I think. So you have to go here and in the export option of this plot and click. Okay, so there are number of options you can see here: export to PDF, export to SVG, export to JPG image file. So this is oldest version of Ubuntu 16.04, but in the latest version of Ubuntu there are more options like PNG and PNG file and another files. So okay, so how can you download this file? So simply you have to click on export to PDF. For example, if you download the PDF file, so enter, so click on export to PDF and write the name of your file, or write a name of a file. Okay, let's take plot sample. Okay, and save So the PDF file has been saved in your system, as you can see in your system. Okay, plot sample.pdf, you can see here. I think it looks very nice. Yeah, so this is all about today's lecture. So thank you for watching. Thank you all. Thank you.